Okay.
Hi, thank you again for joining. My name is Dwayne Ortega. I'm with BestTransactionFunding.com with another segment on quick tips for flips. And today I have joining with me Jeff Watson. He is America's top short sale attorney, and he knows a lot about short sales and REOs and the laws around real estate. So without further ado, he will talk about some de-investor tips that is applicable in today's environment. Jeff, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Dwayne. It's my pleasure to be with you today. Folks, listen to me carefully. I'm going to just hit you really fast, then I'll come back and fill in the gaps. 2 tips that I need you to be aware of. If you're an investor, if you're a person who's buying and quickly reselling property, the first thing you need to do is always think that transaction in reverse, which means begin with the end in mind. What is your desired outcome? What kind of person do you want to sell the property to? For what price range, at what time point, and build your transaction backwards. When you build the transaction backwards, you're going to put it in place a whole lot wiser structurally. You're going to make it a whole lot easier for Dwayne to be able to fund your deal. The second thing I'm going to tell you is become very paperwork proficient. We all know that you cannot buy or sell real estate without paperwork. You've got to have agreements, you've got to have contracts, forms, addendums, all that other stuff. Folks, you have to learn how to use the paperwork. You have to learn how to understand what's in that paperwork. You have to be able to avoid paperwork that's going to give you problems, and you have to be able to use paperwork that's going to help you smooth over the bumps in the road. That way it's going to make it easier for Dwayne and his company to fund your deals. That way it's going to be easier for your deals to close. That way it's going to be easier for you to put money in your back pocket, Hip City National Bank, or what I'd like to see you do is put it in a self-directed Roth IRA, but you know, we can't all do that every day. So, with that being said, let's go back and look at the details here. Begin with the end in mind. Know what the deal is going to look like. Make sure that the loan officer will give a loan to your end buyer. Make sure your end buyer's got cash if they're all cash. Make sure the title company is going to be capable and proficient to be able to handle and close the transaction. Title, escrow, closing attorney, whatever you use. Do not wait till the last minute to get your title and escrow lined up. Get it taken care of soon. Get it taken care of at the beginning of the deal. Then just work your deal backwards. Know who your buyers are in that particular market. Know what your buyers want. Go look for houses that you know that your known buyers want and work the deal backwards like that. It'll fall into place a whole lot easier. Just because somebody desperately needs to sell doesn't mean that they're your next short sale candidate to work on. Okay? Now going back to the paperwork proficiency. Force yourself, even if you're one of these quick start people who have short attention, you've got attention deficit disorder of attention deficit disorder. If you're that short time, folks, you still have to force yourself to become paperwork proficient or get an assistant that is. Get somebody on your team, if you can't do it, to read and understand your contracts, documents, forms, addendums, so that you don't get caught contractually with your pants down around your ankles. You need to be in a superior negotiating position. Know what's on your forms, know what you're likely to see in counteroffers, know what you need to reject, know what you need to redact, know how you need to respond, okay? Think your deals through. One of the biggest mistakes so many investors forget to do is they forget to stop and think about the deal. 20 minutes of thinking something through could save you 3 and 4 weeks of time and aggravation and frustration. So I guess I gave you 3 tips. Gave you a little tip there at the end with the other 2. But what I'm really trying to tell you folks is it's a process. You've got to learn, you've got to grow. You're always going to get better at this business. If I would have known 20 years ago what I know now, I'd be a whole lot happier, but hey, that's just the way it is. So if you want to stay in touch with me, if you want to know what's going on, I'll give you 2 recommendations. You can look for me on my blog at www.topshortsalelawyer.com. Once again, that's www.topshortsalelawyer.com. That's my blog. Put stuff up there on a regular basis, 4 or 5 times a week. The other way to find me is at a link that Dwayne is courteously providing on the website here. And it'll take you to a webinar that I did regarding a wealth protection package with some dynamic paperwork and dynamic products and strategies, particularly for you people who are quick turning your properties. Or if you're thinking about doing some buy and hold, you've got some great stuff there for you too. And that is www.callwithwatson.com. Either way, check out these links, get some more information, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Peace, and have a great day. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff, for spending the time with me. And thank you to the audience for listening. And this is Dwayne Ortega signing out with BestTransactionFunding.com with another segment of quick tips for flips. Have a good day.